Hi, thanks for joining me here today. What I'd like to show to you is how to make a simple transaction. The simple transaction will require two parties, the customer and a vendor or an artisan, somebody to complete a transaction with. In this case, we're going to have a vendor named Tony from Stark Industries and a customer named SpongeBob from Bikini Bottom. We have a very strong KYC policy, but we don't have time to show you that today. Luckily, Tony and Bob have both completed our KYC successfully, and you'll see how that works in just a moment. Let's log in as Tony from Stark Industries. To make a transaction, it's simple. All you have to do is click on the blue transaction button at the top of the page. Type in the customer's email address. If the email address has been validated by our KYC, you'll see the fields all self-populate after you click the blue check button. You can see here that Bob has passed the KYC. His details have auto-populated the page. The vendor can be confident that he could do business with this person comfortably and that we know who they are. I'll click the purple Complete Transaction button at the bottom. We'll click OK on the pop-up to continue. Back on the vendor dashboard, you'll notice the transaction we just created. Its status is draft. Let's click on the row to continue. You'll notice when the transaction details page opens, it's just 3 panes. The top one is basic information. The second item is the escrow summary. It will show you the progress of the transaction with a yellow progress bar. The third is where we can edit the deliverable. You'll notice in the top right-hand corner, we can add multiple deliverables by selecting the purple Add Deliverables button. However, to keep this simple for this demonstration, we're only going to make a single deliverable. The first thing I'm going to do is click on the orange Edit button. As you can see, the deliverable is made up of 2 sections, the Deliverables section and the Files and Media section. The Files and Media section gives you a way to add pictures and documents. Above that, you'll see the orange Edit button. We'll use that to edit the deliverables. We will call the deliverable Clear Snow with an amount of $50 and a description. Clear the snow from my driveway and put down pet-friendly ice melt. Make all walkways and driveways clear of snow and ice. You want to put the agreement details in the description area, and you can also add files to the media area. Once you feel that everything looks right, go ahead and click the purple Add Deliverable button. Then go ahead and say OK to the pop-up notification. Look over the deliverable you just created. You'll notice it still says Pending. Click on Send to Customer, then say OK to the pop-up notification. A second pop-up notification will be displayed telling you that a payment link will be sent to the customer. You can go ahead and say OK to that too. Then you can close the window. You will notice the status used to be Draft. Now it's Pending Payment. We're going to log out now and then log in as our customer. On the customer dashboard, you're going to see something that's like what our vendor saw. In this case, you can see that the transaction is pending payment. We will select that row to open the transaction details page. The transaction details page is just 3 sections: transaction information on top, then the escrow summary, and the deliverables details. The big yellow button is used to fund the escrow. I'll click it now to fund it. The next page is notifying the vendor and customer that the funds will be protected by escrow. I will click the green Pay Now button. The next page is the part where the funds change from USD to RLUSD. The status now says, Funds in Escrow. We can click the blue Go to Dashboard button. You can see when we get back into the dashboard for the customer that the status is now changed from pending to in escrow. Let's look at what we created. Let's click on the row to see our escrow summary has now been populated. You can see the amount has been placed into escrow, that there is 100% available, and that 0 has been released. You can see the title says, Clear Snow, and has a description. Below the description and amount, you'll see a lock inside a little blue button. Go ahead and click on that. This will show you your transaction on the blockchain. You'll notice that the escrow is created successfully, and you can see all the information about it. The escrow transaction is completely transparent to both the vendor and the customer. This is how we can say, don't trust us, verify us. I'll select the Close button to continue. The customer's done their part, so we're going to log out and log back in as the vendor. In the vendor's dashboard, you can see that the customer has funded the escrow and its status shows in escrow. Let's click on the row that shows us our transaction. You can see that the escrow summary shows that the transaction has been funded. There's 100% available and 0 released. You can see by clicking on the blue secured button that it will take you to the blockchain and show you the very transaction that you have created. The vendor is free to go and do the work or provide the service. It doesn't have to be just a simple errand. Transactions can be broken down into more detailed deliverables for better flexibility. When the deal has been completed, the vendor can come back to his dashboard and click on the Submit for Approval button at the bottom of the deliverables. You could put some notes in the pop-up, or you can just click OK to continue. Click OK one more time. We will click the Close button and wait for the customer's response. I'll log out for now and back in as the customer. Let's click on our transaction that is in escrow and see what's inside. As you can see here, the money is in escrow. 100% available, 0% released. The deliverable is submitted and secured. The vendor has submitted the completed deal for your approval. You can either approve the work or you can reject it. For the sake of a simple transaction demonstration, we're going to approve the work. And then click Close. If you go back into the transaction, you will see that it's been completed. The escrow summary shows that there is now 0% available and 100% released. When we look at the deliverables section, we notice that the once blue button is now green in color and is showing released. There's a message underneath, also in green, stating that the transaction's been completed and funds have been released to the vendor via blockchain. We're going to click on the Released button. It will bring us to the Escrow Finish Success page and then show us the details about the completed transaction. Finally, we can either download a receipt or a completion report. I'll download a receipt. Well, there you have it. That's a simple, secure transaction from start to finish. Thank you for sharing your time with me today. If you are curious and are looking for any further information, I can be contacted at joel@corduroyfields.com.